my little guppies. I'm Princess Ariel. Today, I would love it if I could help you sleep and dream and make lots of magic in your mind. I have a wonderful new story to share with you, one that I think that you'll really love. This is from a book called The 5-Minute Princess Stories. Minute Princess Stories. And on the cover, we have some of my favorite friends. Someone else who loves the ocean. Her name is Moana. Maybe you know her. This is Belle. She loves reading. She introduced me to this book. And then we have, Princess Rapunzel here. She's one of my best friends too. She's painting, her favorite thing to do. What I love to do most though is stroll along the beach with my human legs and have the water crashing down on the sand. And the seagulls like scuttle or flying. But let's get started. This story starts on page 45 if you have this book too. It's called Ariel, that's me, Makes Waves. One beautiful morning, Ariel, her sisters, and their father were eating breakfast under the sea. Ooh. During their meal, King Trident told the girls he had to attend the business of ruling Atlantica and couldn't spend the day with them. My favorite days were the ones when my father joined us on the reef, so I was particularly disappointed. There I am with my sister, Adela. But my sisters had a plan for the day. We were going to play Ride the Current at the Reef. Oh, it's such a fun game. Once we got there, the girls counted 1, 2, 3. Let's count that together. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. And we flung ourselves into the rushing water. Me, Aquata, Adrena swam back to the current after an exciting ride. But something didn't feel right. There I am, with my sisters. As we tried to move towards slower water, we realized we were stuck. We swam harder and faster, but the current was holding us in place. Can you try to swim with me? We'll swim together like this. And then faster. Good. We were caught, and the waves were pushing us further and further from home. It was very scary. To make matters worse, the strong current kicked up mud from the sea floor, making it impossible for us to see anything. Far from home and unable to spot the route back, we were lost at sea. How are we going to get home? Andrina wondered aloud. Fortunately, I had an idea. If we swam up to the surface, we could look for the reef. We're not supposed to go there, Aquata warned, but I knew it was the only way. So I grabbed my sisters, and we swam to the surface. We went all the way up, 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 past the swimming fish. Good, to the very top, my favorite place, the surface world. Ariel, where are you going now? Andrina asked when I started swimming around some rocks. If we head over there, Maybe we can get some rest before we search for home, I responded. But when we got back to the rocks, we found a bird. Eek! Humans, it screeched. We're not going to hurt you, I assured. We're just mermaids, and we're lost, and we can't find our way back. Mermaids, the bird said, fascinated. I haven't seen mermaids in years. Wait, you've seen mermaids before? Aquata asked. Do you remember where? It was in a little cove, that way, the bird said, pointing with its small little wing. Then we need to go that way to get home, I declared, turning to my sisters. I know who can help, the bird said. Then it flapped away. Moments later, it was back with dolphins. Let's move our hands like the dolphins. Shoo, 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 shoo. These fellows will pull you back. Oh, thank you, I said. I hope you get home soon, the bird called, and flapped out of sight again. Right here are the dolphin friends that we made that day, and the nice birds who helped us. We held tight to the fins of the dolphins' backs while the dolphins skipped along the water and splashed through the waves. When they got closer to the cove, the sisters thanked the dolphins for the lift and dove back into the water, hoping to see something familiar. But instead, two hulking shapes came into view. Sharks! We froze. Hide, I whispered. We have to hide. We all headed for some hiding place we saw. A shipwreck. We stopped just inside, clutching the edges of the opening and peeking at the sharks outside. Fortunately, the sharks started swimming further away. Maybe we should stay here for a while, just to be safe, Andrina said softly. Or at least, safer. Right here are the sharks. When we felt safe enough to talk above a whisper, Aquata breathed a sigh of relief. Can you imagine Atina's face when we tell her about this? But I wasn't paying attention anymore. I was exploring the ship. Ariel, Andrina said, what are you doing? That's human stuff. It's wonderful, I told my sisters. I couldn't get enough of it. I wanted to find more, but I heard someone in the distance. Ariel, Aquata, Andrina. What was that? I said. Aquata's and Andrina's eyes widened, and they all quickly swam out of the shipwreck. Outside, they found two of King Triton's guards, whom the king had sent to search for them when he heard they were missing. We came straight away, one of the guards said. They were impressed by the young princesses. They had nearly made it home, all by themselves. But another current was on its way, and they had to fight to swim through it. We had to fight very hard to swim through this current. I had the idea to swim down so they couldn't get carried too far away. We're right behind you, said one of the guards, and dove deeper into the blackness and eventually felt the pull of the waves lessen. The plan had worked. But when I looked around, no one was with me. I was alone and lost in the darkness. Hello? I'm lost. I need help. Can anyone hear me? I shouted. I can't even see anything. If only some fish could light up and show me the way. I continued talking to myself. I do that quite a bit. In the dark cavern here. Can you see anything? I couldn't. just then, two little lights came on, inches from my nose. It was a fish. Can you help me? I'm looking for my two sisters and two guards, I said. But the fish didn't answer. Well, you don't talk, I guess. But if you've seen them, could I follow you, please? The fish led me through tunnels until we came across a school of fish, all with lights. They lit a path for me to follow, and eventually I found my way back to the guards and my sisters. After I found them, the guards led the girls straight to the palace to see the king and her older sisters. I'm overjoyed you've returned safely, he said, but disappointed you wandered off. You could have been lost for good. Your Majesty, one of the guards said, it's worth noting that when we found the young princesses, they were well on their way home, all by themselves. Quite resourceful, I think, too. And we didn't wander off, Aquata added. There was a rogue wave over the reef. There's my daddy. He looks a little upset with us. Well, King Triton said, turning to his daughters, I'm proud that you can take care of yourselves. What would you like as a reward? We thought about it, and I finally spoke up. After breakfast tomorrow, will you come play with us on the reef? King Trident laughed. There is nothing I'd like more. And we say this at the end of every story. We say we all lived happily ever after. The end. Great job listening to the 5-minute story. You did a wonderful job. You're such a good listener. Do you remember how excited I was in that story when we found the shipwreck? I finally discovered human treasures, just like this one. Maybe you've seen it before. I called it a dingle hopper for a while, and I thought you're supposed to brush your hair with it. Do you know what it's really called? A fork, right. My friend Scuttle, he's a bird. He told me it was called a dingle hopper. He's so silly. Well, I think I'm gonna go bring this back to my treasure trove, but I hope that you had a great time reading the story with me. I'll see you next time. I hope that you got some sleep, and I hope you have the perfect day.